Cheers. Good morning, peeps. It is Friday morning, July 19th, I believe, and I have the day off. And I've decided I really want to read this book. So this is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. And I really want to read it because I am seeing a ton of people that I follow on BookTube talking about this book, and I'm avoiding their videos because I don't want to know anything about what anybody's saying about it because I am so excited. So I want to read this before the spoilers get to me. We're racing the spoilers today, and that is the plan. Also, this book qualifies for Big Book Summer, which makes me happy because while I have read books that qualify for Big Book Summer, I have not read any of the books on my TBR yet. I have started The Count of Monte Cristo. Hopefully I'll be done it. I mean, I should be done it by the time Big Book Summer is over, but I really want to get to this, and then I do want to get to my actual TBR. However, this has just got to take priority right now. I'm so excited to read this. This follows a girl named Barbara goes missing from a camp. And what's weird about it is, first of all, she's the daughter of the family who owns the camp, but also 13 years earlier, her brother went missing at the same camp. So there's a bit of a thriller mystery vibe. I don't know exactly how this book is classified, whether it's thriller, mystery, literary thriller, or whatever it is. I am super duper intrigued and I'm very much looking forward to it. I haven't read anything else by this author before, so it's my first foray into Liz Moore's writing, but there's been a lot of hype around this book, and like, as I said, I don't want to know anything, which means I've got to get on it. I think Kayla from Books and Lala just announced that it's her September book club pick, and I've definitely seen other people with little blurbs or like having it in their thumbnails that they've read it. I'm super stoked. I poured myself my first cup of coffee of the day. It's beautiful and sunny. I am going to sit in a chair. We actually just got a new chair, and it's right in the sun. I'm thinking I'm going to sit in there and I'm going to start reading this book, and I'm going to have a great time. I have to go to the library today. I have to work out today. But other than that, it should be pretty chill. So why don't you come with me? For now, coffee, book, sun. I am through part 1, which is the first 77 pages or something, and so far you're really just being introduced to the problem of Barbara disappearing. It is a multi-POV, not too many, but the last chapter of this part you were introduced to a new point of view. Mostly right now you are following Louise, who is the counselor for this particular cabin, and Tracy, who was the bunkmate of Barbara. And it's really just kind of setting the scene right now, and you're time jumping 2 months prior and then current day. It does take place in 1975, so it is an older setting, but it's interesting. The writing is really good. I think the inner dialogue that characters are having with themselves is really good, and I'm definitely enjoying it immensely so far. Very excited to continue reading, but first, I'm gonna go to the library. I've got a couple of books on hold and I've got some returns to do, and then I will get back to reading. So let's do that. But so far, the first little bit of this book, I am really enjoying myself. Library books have been acquired. Also acquired chocolate chip cookie dough because I have been in a mood and I just think I'm gonna have to scratch that itch. So, The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. A Witch in Time by Constance Sayers. Ballad of Jacot Delahaye by Bryony Cameron. Butter by Asaku Yuzuki, translated by Polly Barton. And this beast of a book, Caledonia Road by Andrew O'Hagan. This qualifies for Big Book Summer. This qualifies, and this qualifies. The big books are getting a little out of hand. I'm having a great time reading big books, but I, as I said earlier, have not gotten to my TBR at all, and I just keep getting these library books. But I'll sort it out. It is definitely not a bad problem to just have some selection, some choice. I do know that this one has still got a pretty big wait list behind me, so I'm gonna definitely have to get to this in this round. A couple of them I may be able to renew, but I feel like a lot of them I'm gonna have to read, or I'm gonna have to go back to the bottom of the wait list. We will see how it goes. For now, back to The God of the Woods, because I've got about an hour before I need to worry about lunch, and I want to read. That's what we're gonna do. Read, lunch, go from there. Next update. I am 160 pages in, and I got through part 2. We're into part 3. Part 2 follows the story of Bear, who is the younger brother who went missing. And so you're getting different perspectives. You're getting the perspective of his mother, and you're getting the perspective of one of the people who works at the camp, and how the process, because it was the 1950s when he went missing, and the process of even getting a group together to volunteer to go looking for this boy who's gone missing. It is still very interesting, and I'm not totally sure, like, the characters are still, there are characters in the present and in the past timeline, but I'm still not totally sure where the story is going. There have been a couple of little throwaway comments that, you know, when you read a thriller, they throw away a comment, and then, but you know sometimes that means more than they're letting on at the time. And so there have been a couple of those comments, but I still haven't been able to connect anything together. I would not say that this is a thriller. I would say, and I don't even know if it's been marketed as a thriller. I would say it's definitely a mystery, and it's a family drama is what's happening so far. I don't know yet what the pink signifies. I'm very curious still about that, but I'm having a really great time. It's reading really quickly. The writing and the pacing is done very well, and I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I have coffee, decaf coffee number 2, and I've got the afternoon ahead of me to read. I'm probably gonna work out at around 4:30ish, so I've got a couple hours, and I'm hoping to get through a pretty big chunk of this book in the next couple hours, but I might get this thing done today, and that would be pretty sweet. But there we go. I will talk to you when there's more to say. Made it to part 6, survival. And one thing that's really interesting about this book is when you get to the timeline, there's actually a list of the different timelines. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different kind of points in time that you read about at some point in this book, and it's really interesting. So we're getting a lot of backstory right now from Louise, and sometimes backstory, I don't know, can just be used as filler in a book, and it's not interesting, and you really just want to get to the present day. But the way this is written, the backstory is just as interesting as what is happening in the current day with the missing girl. And you're really starting to, it's just really building this picture of what everybody's relationships are to each other and how messy everything is. It's very complicated between a lot of the characters, and it's fascinating. It is reading so quickly still. It's a good book. In terms of the plot, we are, I don't know, just over halfway through, and there has been not one single second of lag. Sometimes you get to a book and it kind of drifts a little, or it slows down and it's not happening, but also the pacing is going really well, that I don't feel like it's moving too quickly through the story or anything. And obviously there's no, I'm not giving spoilers in this vlog, so I can't talk about specifics, but something big just happened and it feels like it's trying to direct the reader down a certain path, but I don't trust that path. I have no idea where else it could go though. I'm finding that to be really, really interesting. So, very good. And it is 3:30. I am going to read for just a little bit longer and then I'm gonna work out and I'll have dinner. I have like 100 pieces left of a puzzle that I want to get done too at some point today. So, you know, still got a couple of things that need to get accomplished, but I really do think I'm gonna try to finish this book up because I've had some good books in the last few months, but this as like a new release book that I just purchased on the whim of thinking I'm gonna love it, and I haven't done that in a while. I'm so thrilled, and as of right now, would definitely recommend if you like a mystery, thriller, family, messy situation, this is definitely a book that is going to be worth your time, and I'm so excited to see how it wraps up. But in order to get to the wrap up, I still have 200 pages to go. Let's get moving. This is just really good. I understand the meaning of the pink paint, and it was a really well told story. I've harped on about this already. The pacing is really good, the characters are good, the different points of view make sense. It just moves quickly, it's good. There's a reason there's hype around it. I had so much fun reading this book, and I am very, very happy that it lived up to the expectations for me. I think that if you're going into it expecting it to be a really satisfying thriller or mystery even, you may not get that. It really does have a lot of family drama aspects to it. I like that, and as I said at the beginning of this video, I didn't even really know how this was marketed, so I didn't have expectations that it needed to come up to. But I think that if you're looking for a thriller, you're not going to find that in this book. But it is still a really, really well done story, and I just had a great time. I would definitely recommend. I think it's fun, and yeah, super stoked. It is 5:15. I clearly read for way longer than I thought, but I just wanted to get this book done. And so I am going to call it quits here and hope that you guys had a great time. If you've read this book and loved it, tell me down below. If it's on your TBR, let me know. And, you know, Big Book Summer Reading Challenge, another one on the list.